Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menasce. Happy first of the month. On the first day of each month, we review the book of the month. In order to be considered for book of the month, a book has to meet a very simple criteria. It has to be impactful enough that it will either change your life or your perspective on the world. Now, whether it does or not, of course, is entirely up to you. If you consume it as a piece of entertainment, you're missing the point. But if you internalize the book's messages, you can have a chance at real growth. Our book this month is absolutely worthy of book of the month. It's called Signals by Dr. Pippa Malmgren. Dr. Pippa Malmgren is a very well-informed economist who has served as a former presidential advisor and national security advisor to the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the U.S. military. She's very well connected and offers insights that are generally not being shared in the mainstream media. And I believe that seeing things as they are happening before they become news is a competitive advantage, regardless what field you might be in. Her book Signals is a thought-provoking and insightful book that explores the power of economic and geopolitical signals in today's interconnected world. She offers a unique perspective on the importance of paying attention to the subtle signals that can indicate shifts in the global economy and the political landscape. Her background as a former presidential advisor and economic policy analyst lends credibility to her arguments. She provides an inside look at the decision-making processes that take place at the highest levels of government. Her experiences and observations throughout her career have led her to believe that understanding signals is essential for anyone who wants to stay ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. The book is divided into 3 sections, each of which focuses on a different aspect of signals. The first section provides an overview of what signals are and why they matter. She argues that signals are small, seemingly insignificant pieces of information that can help us make sense of the larger picture. She describes how signals can be found in a variety of places, including the stock market, social media, and even the behavior of animals. The second section of the book focuses on economic signals. The author provides a detailed analysis of various economic indicators that can help us understand the health of the global economy. She explains how the stock market, interest rates, and currency values all provide clues about where the economy is headed. And then one of the most interesting parts is where Dr. Malmgren discusses the shadow economy. She argues that the official economic data provided by governments and institutions is often incomplete or inaccurate, and we need to look at other indicators, such as commodity prices and shipping data, to get a more accurate picture of what's really going on. And this, by the way, is an area where I strongly agree with Dr. Malmgren. I've been doing this for a long, long time. The final section of the book focuses on geopolitical signals. She argues that we're living in a world where political and economic events are increasingly intertwined. She explains how signals help us understand the motivations and intentions of different governments and political actors. Her discussion of geopolitical signals is particularly timely given the current political climate. She provides a nuanced analysis of the role that signals played in the 2016 U.S. presidential election and the Brexit vote. She argues that these events were not just the results of isolated incidents, but part of a larger shift in global politics that had been building for a long time. It's a well-written, engaging book. It offers readers a new way of thinking about the world. Her insights and observations are backed up by a wealth of research and data, making her arguments compelling and convincing. And one of the strengths of the book is its accessibility. She does a great job of breaking down complex economic and geopolitical concepts into simple, easy-to-understand language. Makes the book accessible. And even though the book was written in 2016, it's extremely relevant to our current moment. We can even look at recent history like the pandemic or the war in the Ukraine and look for those signals that she clearly points out were present even back then to predict how certain circumstances will play out. And Dr. Malmgren is someone who I've been following for some time. She has a very well-written Substack called Dr. Pippa's Pen, and it can be found at Dr. Pippa, that's Dr. Pippa, P-I-P-P-A, at Substack.com, where she comments weekly on things that are going on in the global marketplace. I highly recommend Dr. Pippa Malmgren's book called Signals. As you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.